Shalom,
Shalom, everyone.
Okay, we have one person, looks like, but 8 likes.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. Welcome. We're going to, let me see.
Let's give everyone a couple of minutes to
get in. Yes. If whoever's already in the, I guess in the live, okay, we have 4 people in the live. Just as you come in, introduce yourself. Let us know who
you are and where you're from.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to our second Taco Tuesday.
Yes. I'm gonna start eating, guys. We haven't had anything but breakfast today. I'm waiting for someone to say something. What does this say? Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Unable to.
That's what it did last week.
Please try again later.
That's what it did last week. Huh. Interesting.
Okay, guys, give us just a second here.
Go to the 3 dots.
The 3 dots?
To your right. To your right.
Right here? Okay. Participants. Okay. Let's see.
Well, this is no good.
Yeah.
Click on the 8 people and see if it gives you an option to.
Okay, guys, we're trying to work it out to where you all can chat. For some reason.
And this thing's not cooperating with us.
Sorry, guys. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your. Okay. Chat disconnected.
It did that last week when we were in the middle of the chat.
Yeah. Unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. Let's see if it's anything over here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Guys, we're going to have to work out these kinks. We're so sorry.
Yes. We're actually new to this, so,
Yeah, but apparently it's something wrong because, last time we were able to chat, and for some reason, it's not allowing chat. Let me see. Let me try to say something, and then let's see if we can get it going. Hello. Okay. Let's see if that.
It allows us, but it's not allowing anyone else.
Okay, it'll allow us to. Okay, guys, let me see here. Okay, guys, well, we're not gonna play with it too long. We're gonna go ahead. I'm sorry we can't answer your questions or that you can't chat with us. This is messed up. But we do want to give an update. Well, first, I want to thank our Patreon members, guys. Let me see. I'm just going to give the first names just in case some people don't want to be identified. But thank you so much to our Patreon. We have Aja, Vanessa, Arena, and Alex. Guys, thank you all so much.
Thank you so much.
We do appreciate, love you all joining the Patreon. We put a nice video out of us going to see the Akalo, so I hope you all like that. We have some more upcoming things coming. We're going to, hopefully we're working on a podcast, so that'll be available to Patreons. So for anyone who's interested in going to Patreon, we have levels where you can join. You have a $3 level, a $9 level, and a $20 level, and then you have one where you can just pick whatever. So if you would like to support the movement and what we do encourage you to go on over to Patreon. And it is www.patreon.com /Our Journey Towards Eden. So thank you so much for our Patreon. Also, we do want to apologize for not having as much footage. We've been having issues with
It's
our
been rough.
internet. Yeah, we've been having a lot of issues with the internet here.
And the power. Yeah, this past week has been pretty rough.
Yeah, we don't know what it is. Guys, I have a video right now that I'm trying to upload. I don't know if you all can see
last
it.
night.
Yeah, it's been uploaded since last night. So 29% more, and you should have a new video. So hopefully it'll be uploaded soon, but it's a good one. So I think you all will love that. Okay, so a quick update regarding the land. And guys, since we can't chat, you can email us at ourjourneytowardseden@gmail.com. And I make it a point to make certain that I answer all of the emails. But anyway, let's get into this. The land. We've had a total of, let's see, I think it's 23 people, 25, but 2 of them aren't confirmed whether they really want a plot yet. They did go out and see the land with us. So what we're going to do, once we are pretty certain that the land is clear, then we'll start the process of going down the list in the order in which it was received.
So we actually have an appointment tomorrow, right?
Yeah, well, that's for our land.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we're talking about the land for everyone. So anyway, one of the local people here, we are trying to get a lawyer that will give us advice and regarding customary land, because this is customary land. And what customary land basically means is it's owned by the village, granted to families, and it's not registered with the, what you call it, the lands.
The land commission.
Yeah, the lands commission, things of that nature. You know, you have to do that yourself. So sometimes lawyers don't want to touch that type of land. However, the video that I posted in Patreon, basically it's a detailed, I guess, visitation with the Akalo. He did allow us to put him on camera, and he assured us that the land was clean. He gave us the process, and he really made us feel comfortable. You know, a lot of people have bought customary land and things went fine, you know. So we, since we are generating the interest of this land, we just wanted to take it a step further and have a lawyer just kind of, I guess, look into it for us. And then once we feel comfortable, then we will go ahead on and start going down the list. The plots are 20 by 25, and we are going to cap people at no more than 2 plots. And we only are going to do that because we just really want to make certain that everyone who's reaching out is able to get a plot. So last time we checked, it was 39 plots. We've had 20-something people, 23, around 23 people who have reached out. Everybody don't want 2 plots, but some do. So we do have a neighbor who has 8 plots that he's willing to sell. He also had citrus trees, but it wasn't as lush as the one. Yeah.
So our late 8 is a nice lot.
Yeah. So, you know, we may have to use that for overflow. But anyway, so we're excited about the land. It is walking distance to the beach. It's not TDA though, and we will have all of that confirmed. But there's a community garden. If you go back, you can reflect on the video. And I do have an updated video, more detailed information regarding the land. And as soon as we get all of these other videos uploaded, then we'll share that on the site, so on YouTube. So we're hoping to have that up this week.
You know, we have a lot of content coming. It's just that the opportunities that we have with the internet and the power this past week has been kind of rough on us. So just stay tuned. We have plenty of content coming your way.
Yeah, bear with us, bear with us. We may even have to try to get a better strength of internet. Yes. Okay, guys, so,
I'm sure that's good to see us.
let's see,
At the end.
right here, okay,
Next to it.
right here,
Next to it.
right here.
Yes.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I messed it up. I was trying to fix it and then I messed it up. But anyway, so since you all can't answer any questions, I guess we will kind of get on,
You can sit and watch us eat.
yeah.
I hope everyone has the tacos.
Yes,
Taco
yes,
salad.
yes, we hope so. Anyway, we're supposed to talk about the 11 questions that you should ask yourself before moving to the motherland. And guys, this is really, I sure hate we can't chat, but I'm glad this is coming up because we've had some things in the Gambia that's been happening. So, you know, and you know, they have to be addressed, you know. So we're gonna go down this list while we eat and see if we can just add a little more light, because whenever we're doing videos, we try to keep them short. For the very simple fact is having to upload the videos can just be just a lot, okay? So, so things you should ask yourself before moving to Africa. And a lot of people really like that video. I got a lot of comments about that video, or we got a lot of comments. The first thing you should ask yourself is, what is your reason for leaving? One of the things we just want to make certain that people don't have this romantic, you know, this romantic image of Africa. I kind of compare Africa to a marriage. You know, in the beginning, it's romance and it's, you know, but then when you start getting to know that spouse, then
the reality kicks in.
the reality kind of kicks in. You see the beautiful, but you see the negative too. So you have to be honest with yourself and make certain that it's just not a fantasy or romantic ideal that's pulling you to Africa. Because although Africa is absolutely beautiful, not just aesthetically beautiful, it's a beautiful place to be, you know, it is not the West. Many of the comforts that we have there are not here, you know. So why are you coming? Are you coming to reconnect to your roots? Are you coming to scale back and to shed some of your heavy Western weight? And I know for us, that was, you know, we wanted to reconnect to our roots. We really felt like there was so much that was lost, you know, by removing us from our land. And we wanted to reconnect. We wanted to understand, you know, who we are, you know, and why. And when you see the Gambians, you see Africans all over. You see, we really see ourselves. We know we're African. You know, a lot of people debate, and they've debated in our chats, oh, we're Israel, we're native. Guys, listen, we're not going to go into the history, but we know that natives left the Mali Empire and went over 2 different times. We're not even talking about the Moors,
No.
but 2 different times, and went and set up America before Columbus was over there. So we know that natives came from here and went and established, and they've even found some of the same pyramids and things from this continent over there. So, we don't want to get into an argument or a debate, but we know that many of us, if you weren't descendants of the ones that were taken, you were related to the ones who were taken.
Absolutely.
So, we don't want to debate that, but, our reason for leaving was, number one, to reconnect, and also to shed some of that heaviness that America will weigh you down.
Will wear you out.
Yes, mortgage, car notes, car insurance, cell phones.
Electric bill, water bill, credit card.
Yes, taxes on used goods. You get a used car, it's taxes on that. It's taxes on the food. It's taxes on the roads. It's taxes.
School tax.
Business.
Excise tax.
Yeah,
that tax.
business. It's just, we just wanted to, after Amadi's accident, we just, he was disabled, I was disabled before he had his accident, and we just wanted to just live out the rest of our lives in peace and simplicity.
Yes.
And we find that here. So whenever the lights go out, we don't complain as much. We just light a candle. We don't complain about the dirt roads because we don't want taxes.
I grew up on dirt roads.
Yeah. People talk about the dirt roads and things of that nature, but they don't understand. In America, we don't have the dirt roads as much, but we have taxes, and those taxes are paid, they're misappropriated too. But it's those taxes that pay for those roads. And so a lot of the things that we complain, people complain about that we don't have here, it's like, you don't want taxes, you want the simple, but then you want all of the infrastructure of the West.
I would rather settle for the infrastructure that's here with its opportunities that we have than deal with what I dealt with in the States.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah, we don't, yeah. So, so you have to really ask yourself, why am I leaving? Because you are going to have to scale back. There's no if, ands, or buts, depending on where you go. If you go to South Africa, you go to Kenya, you may not have to scale back as much. But if you're coming to Gambia, you're going to have to scale back.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to be used to, there's no dog pound, okay? Their animals roam, and we're okay with that. They don't bother us, we don't bother them. So you really have to get that romantic thought of Africa out of your mind and ask yourself, why? Why am I going? And so that's the first thing. And after you answer your first question, why am I going?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have other questions you need to ask. You want to do number 2?
Sure. Are you flexible and adaptable? So here in the Gambia, for sure, you have to be very flexible and you have to be adaptable. Flexibility comes in when it comes to the points of transportation. When you first get here, most people don't have a car. And so you have to depend on taxis. And if you're not taking taxis, you take your 1010s and gullies. Taxis at times, they may get to you if you don't know exactly how much things are.
You have to
and
tell
how
them
much it costs to get certain places.
You have to tell them what a 1010 and a gully is.
Oh, so a 1010 is almost like a public transportation that's shared, like a shared Uber.
Mhm.
So if you have a car of, say, 4 seats, everyone gets in and pays $10 each. And then they take you to different points throughout the Gambia,
Mhm.
and which is very cost effective.
Mhm. Now the gully.
The gully is a van, and it seats, oh wow. It may sometimes sit 8, 10, 15. I've seen them juggle stuff like clown cars at times.
Mhm.
But everyone that's there pays their $8 to $10. Is it 8 to 10?
Well, it's $10, but if it's full, they're supposed
Yeah,
to
get you a couple
give
back.
you $2 back. So it's 8 if it's full.
$2 coins.
Yeah, but you know, I don't have anyone ever given us our
Couple times.
maybe a couple of times. Okay.
So that would be the gully.
Mhm.
And usually it takes you from main junctions to the main junction. Say you go from Sucre traffic light to Turntable to Senegambia to the traffic light, and so on and so forth. Just the main junctions, unless you're going through Sucre to Setakunda. It just takes you places at a reasonable rate versus a taxi that may cost you $50, $150. If you don't know where you're going and you don't know what you're doing, they'll say $800. And if you don't know it, you'll pay $800 for something you could have paid, $10 for.
Mhm.
If you give it to them, they'll take it.
Mhm.
So, always be aware of the where you're going, and someone that's already here, that's is close to established, or at least that knows how much things cost. We know that we've been going out to see the property, and we ran across an individual that was paying twice the amount that we were paying
Wow.
to get there. And we were like, wow.
That hurt our feelings because
You've been paying that much.
it's like, wow, they were paying $1,000.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my goodness. And I'm sure they thought they were being treated fairly. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's not good.
So you have to be careful. And like I said, it doesn't just reach out to someone, because I don't know it all. I don't mind asking, how much things should be, because if you don't know for sure, hey, if you'll give it, I guarantee they will take it.
Most. We've had some, we have had people, baby, we have had people who gave us a free ride. Have we not?
They weren't taxis.
No, I mean, but I'm just saying, they picked us up.
Speaking of taxis.
But we have had some that give us, we didn't think we would get our change or whatever, and they give it back. I mean, you have some that they not out to get your money. If you do, but
I guarantee they will take it.
Okay.
If you give it.
Okay. So anything else for flexibility and adaptability?
Adaptability, man, you have to be able to adapt. You gotta roll with the punches. The lights go out, like you said, have some candles or some lanterns by, and just, turn it on. Usually, they're not out beyond 30 minutes. I've heard of horror stories where they're out for, I don't even want to speak it, longer than 30 minutes. But we've not experienced that. I guess we've experienced maybe close to an hour.
Only once.
Yeah.
It was 40-something minutes.
Yeah. So it's usually not that bad when it comes to the power. Adaptability when it comes to getting around, like I said, with the 1010s. When you're going inside the stores, things aren't usually what you're accustomed to in the stores. The prices are a little different. If you want things that are from the States, if you want to go buy your Heinz ketchup and your Pringles chips and all that good stuff, man, your grocery bill is gonna be high.
You're gonna pay more.
Oh, your grocery bill is gonna kill you. But if you keep it simple, you buy your products, your veggies and things of that nature from the local markets. And if you want to splurge and get some Heinz, you could do it as long as you're shopping in the markets for everything else. But if you're trying to buy everything out of these grocery stores, boy, your grocery bill is going to be high, and you won't be able to sustain it for long periods of time. So, always, go to to the garage, the Saracunda markets. You have markets up and down the streets. You know, you can, and it's always first price. You know, everything's negotiable here, and I mean everything. So, you know, always ask the prices and ask for, you know, last price, and, you know, do your best to negotiate things down. But the more you're willing to negotiate and travel around, you may have to go to 3 different spots in order to get your groceries. You know, you may have to go to one grocery store to get your favorites here that's at a decent price, somewhere else, and then to the markets to get, you know, everything, all your fresh veggies. But, you know, it might be a little time consuming, but it will stretch your dollar big time.
Yeah. And just if I could add anything, is in America, I can't speak of UK and all these other places, but I'm sure they're pretty much the same. Anything you need, you know where to get it. You know, all your household items, you go to Walmart, Target. It's not here. It's not like that here. You're going to have to, you know, you have to get acquainted with people who have been here a while. And you're it will take you a day. In America, maybe two hours tops to go get your things at the grocery store, go by Walmart, go pay, you know. It's not like that here. Basically, you have to be prepared that to complete 2 tasks per day is good. Between the traffic, the traffic is awful. I don't know about, you know.
So the traffic has been bad. However,
it's going to get better.
The plans are to build 20 new highways.
I thought it was 15.
That's 20 throughout the Gambia, which is supposed to ease the traffic, you know, the backflow and open up where you can get around in a quicker pace. So that is in the plans, 20 new highways, and that's going to better the infrastructure actually. Yeah.
But that's one thing that I have to get used to is, you know, not being able to go 1 or 2 places and, you know, even at Walmart, you can pay bills, you can do everything get it out your head. If you get 2 things on your list done a day, you are a champion.
And that's if those things are local.
Yeah.
You have to go out somewhere, maybe to Banjul, you know, try to keep your list at 1.
Yeah.
And do that so you won't run yourself crazy.
Yeah.
Because time here is not the same time as it is in the States.
Oh, that's another thing.
You know, being in corporate America, but, you know, in the military and corporate America, I always been a stickler for time.
Me too.
You know, if it's 8, then hey, I expect everything to start moving at 8. If it's 7, I expect things to start moving at 7. Here, you will pull your hair out if you think things are going to start on time. I'm sure some people in the States may have been accustomed to the Baptist churches that, you know, services start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and, you know, the choir supposed to march in at 10, but that don't happen till 10:30. You know, so here, yeah, you will run yourself crazy if you think things are going to be timely.
Yeah, we had to let a couple of drivers go because,
especially if you're waiting for someone. I ache in this too. When I was real young, well, in my teens, and I used to go to the skating rink on Sunday nights and didn't have a ride. And I'm sure other people can identify with this. You know, the ride said, yeah, I'll be there at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock come, you call the ride, where you at? Oh, I'm on my way. I'm getting ready to leave. And you sitting there at 8 o'clock and your ride still hasn't shown up yet. That's what it's like. You're sitting around waiting on a ride.
Yeah. And that's hard because I had a car since I was, I think, 17. And this is the first time that I've been without a vehicle. So, like I said, it was one particular driver we were using. We had to let him go. He was so sweet, so sweet. But he frustrated. Oh, he was always late, you know. And then,
And you could schedule with him 2 days ahead of time and call him on the day before, the night before. And the day of, he would still be late.
yeah. So, just being flexible. If you're not flexible, if you're not adaptable, Africa's gonna drive you crazy.
And the last straw was like, you know what, let's give him another chance. We need a ride from the store. We called this joke, and that joke told me, well, I'm in the bed asleep. I'm not getting out till about 5:30 or 6. I'm like, man, you know what?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about me calling.
We ain't calling him again.
So that was it.
So, guys, flexibility. Are you flexible? Are you adaptable? If you answer yes, then you may be a good fit for Africa. If you say no, you need to rethink. You really need to rethink, if Africa is for you.
Because you can't come over here going off on people.
Oh, no.
Not a good look.
No. And so, we've seen that. We've seen it's ugly.
You just have to adjust yourself, because I thought that we'll be able to make someone change their ways. No.
You're not changing nobody.
No. So, I relented and said, you know what, we'll just let him go and we'll just, do something different.
Yeah, and we paid him pretty well, Yeah, but okay, number 3. Can you function without many Western amenities? That's a big one. You want to talk about that?
Well, you won't find yourself going to the shopping mall on Saturdays. There are places to shop. There's markets and things of that nature. But if you think you can go into a mall and go to this store, get shoes, this store get some pants, and this store get a dress, that's not happening.
That's here in Gambia.
Yeah, here in Gambia. I'm speaking of Gambia.
Now,
there's other places throughout Africa. Now, Senegal, yes.
Senegal,
yes.
Yeah.
Have a very nice mall.
Yeah. But my thing is, I go get most of my little outfits that I have been custom to my body. And that's my preference. I would much rather, go get something, pick my fabric out, pull up internet and show them the outfit I want, and they make it. And it's a lot cheaper than going into Dillard's or J.C. Penney's, for the ones from America who know those different stores, but belts and all of that. So for me, hey, that's a plus. But if you like going to the movies, Gambia, I think they have one small.
City, I think.
Yeah, they have a small, movie theater, but we're not real big movie people, like in movie theater.
Well, right now wouldn't be a lot of movie going on anyway
with COVID and all of that. But still, we like a Nollywood, guys. Oh my goodness. We like Nollywood. And we will put our Nollywood on and get us some popcorn, and we're in, and we have a good time looking at movies. So, but if you want your amusement parks, if you want your
Disney World,
you want your shopping malls, if you come into Africa to be entertained and the ocean's not enough for you and the culture isn't enough for you, then you're going to be disappointed.
But the flip side of that coin is that means there's opportunity for those that have the mindset, the means, the finances, who knows? You can come over here and they don't have what you like. You have to create it.
Yeah.
With jobs, hiring of the locals and things of that nature. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, it's the flip side to that coin. It may not be here, but maybe there's something that someone with the finances and the means and the mindset can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, Amazon. You guys, that's one thing I had to get used to. It's like, boy, I was an Amazon queen. Order, drop on your doorstep. You didn't like it, you called them, returned, they came and picked it up, and I mean, so, you know.
Amazon man knew us well.
Yeah, he knew us very well. We are on a first name basis, but, so stuff like that, you don't have. They have FedEx, they have DHL, but you have to go pick it up. And it's very expensive. My mom wanted to send us a television, and she called and they asked them, they asked how much it weighed, and I think she told them 20 pounds. And they told her, this was FedEx, they told her $800 for 20 pounds, So, a lot of those Western amenities, if you're not able to adapt to not having some of those things.
Let's put a pin right there for a second.
Uh-huh.
And this $800 for FedEx is more to that than just meets the eye. We all know that it don't cost $800 to ship 20 pounds.
That's right.
I think that's it's a tactic, to make things harder to get, harder to receive, harder to ship, like cutting off supplies, So it's more to that than just meets the eye. I think that's it's strategic and it's planned. Want to make it hard as possible for us to get the comforts of home, which is fine, but just adapt, be flexible, and keep it pushing.
Yeah. I think that's to be said with the internet also. We've been to Africa. This is our third time. Senegal, we had no problems with internet, which is right next door to Gambia. Last time we came to Gambia was this time last year. No problems with internet, and we were here for 3 weeks. This time, so I do believe this. Anything to try to stop the movement of us, y'all, seeing those dollars leave, that mighty black dollar. They don't want us to leave. They may not want us there, but they don't want our dollar to leave. So, but we got off track there.
We finally took them up on the offer. Go back where you came from.
Go back to Africa, where you came from.
We finally took them up on the offer, and now they're saying, hold on.
It's biting them in the butt.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, number 4. Were you done with Western? Okay. Number 4, are you ready to be an entrepreneur? That's a big one, guys. Okay, so Amadi and I are givers from our nature. We're givers, but also there's a reality of being here. You have to figure out a way to make money. And originally we were like, we're just going to do the YouTube thing. We're not going to do the Patreon. We're not going to do PayPal. We're still not doing PayPal. We're still not doing Cash App and all of that stuff. But we came up with the creative thing. We've had so many people request things, and we're like, if we're going to be providing services, we have to be paid for those services. It's like, if I get someone to come and wash my clothes, I have to pay them.
Well, there's a cost of doing business.
Well, yeah, but.
And everywhere we go, it costs.
Yeah, it does. Every time we go out to the land, it costs us $500. We're not asking, and we're going not just for us, we're going and viewing the other land and also checking things out for the land that we're offering to other people. And we're not asking for people to pay us for that. However, if you're able, and if you see what we're doing is beneficial, that's where we say, become a Patreon member. We are given information freely, and we will continue to give information freely. But when people want to tie up the drivers that we have to use for doing business, we can't do that. We can refer you to someone else that but we can't let you use our people we have reserved for our business. We can't do that. So we had a person who got a little upset. We gave information, and actually, and it's my bad. They wanted a driver, and it was nighttime. I mean, I was in the bed. It's like 6 hour difference. So the person was from America, so they were sending messages while I was in the bed, and I'm checking it because I hear the phone. So I tell the person, okay, I can't give you our driver because our driver is actually driving us tomorrow, and plus any of the drivers that we have reserved for Patreon and people who are coming into our Patreon family and need services, those are the people that we want our driver, our personal, I wouldn't say personal driver, but
Our connect.
our connect, okay? Well, anyway, so I went back to sleep, and when I got up, I forgot to send the lady the information for the driver. So if you're watching, that's on me, my apology. But I really my intent was to, give her a driver that we didn't use, that we had used before. And so
Not the late one.
yeah, but we did invite them to Our Brother's Keeper, and apparently they showed up after it was over, and they were I guess offended that we had asked them, if you want us to personally, send a driver and things, we have that as a service on Patreon. So please consider Patreon. And that upset the person. And my thing is this, guys, you reap what you sow. You put, you always want, I guess, something for nothing. That's what you're going to get. You have to have an entrepreneurial mind here. The people who have repatriated here, some people don't have income, and this is their business, okay? You have to be ready to be an entrepreneur unless you have a check. It's the nature. It's just is what it is.
My thing is, there's always a cost to doing business, whether it be here in Africa, in Gambia, or the States. My thing is that if someone is offering a service, at least have, the mindset to where you're willing to pay for a service.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to us, black on black business, there's always an issue.
Mm-hmm.
There's always someone looking for the hookup, looking for something for the free, but when you go to the others, that's never the conversation.
No, it's not.
You pay whatever they ask, hands down.
That's right.
And there's no question.
That's right.
But when it comes to black on black
and you
business,
don't ask for a discount.
no. When it comes to black on black business, it's always, it's always this unwillingness to cooperate.
And we gotta
get better.
We gotta stop that.
Because whether it be somebody else of another persuasion that's paying mortgage or are paying their lease for their building, we have the same problems. We have the same bills. So why does it have to? And another thing, if you go to a black establishment, hold on, let me get on my soapbox here.
Okay.
If you go to a black establishment and things aren't exactly the way they should be, you're not gonna get it right every time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't write off the individual.
That's right.
And say, I ain't never going back. And go call up 25 people, post it on Facebook, post it on Instagram, post it on TikTok, whatever you got going on. But when you go to the white establishment and things aren't right, they tick you off and maybe even talk bad to you, guess what? You right back the next week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We do
without saying a word. You right back.
We really do.
You go through a Taco Bell drive-through, a McDonald's drive-through, they piss you off and not give you what you want. Guess what? You right back 2 days later.
Yeah, we have to stop that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm through.
We're our worst enemies. Not saying we don't have other enemies, but we are our worst enemies. So basically, you guys, if you come to Africa and you do not have a source of income, you have to have a mindset that you have to come here willing to create a service. Because YouTube is not, we hadn't gotten any payment on YouTube. Okay, we're hoping to eventually.
Not now.
Yeah.
But I can say that moving forward, if you see commercials during our
Oh yeah.
our videos, please watch them.
Yes.
If you have to get up and go get you a drink, use a restroom, whatever the case might be, please watch all advertisements for us.
Yeah.
We do ask that.
Yeah, because then we'll start being able to generate some income.
Yes.
And this is what I did. Because before we came to the motherland, I was a YouTube fanatic. So I looked at a lot of YouTube. So I only had 3 people that I was really able to afford to give Patreon monthly. And
I gave one.
Amadi gave one.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave to 1 Patreon and I gave to 3. And it wasn't much. One of them was like $2 and the other one was like $1.
I was giving 20.
He was giving 20. So, but for the ones who we couldn't afford to give do their Patreon, what we did, we looked at the videos. The ads. I remember one time.
What ones? I was about to say.
I remember one time a 40-minute show came.
We were watching the whole TV show.
Whole show. We'd get up, put our timer on, and go do something. Timer come off. We come. The timer go off. We come back. We resume. Because we wanted to make certain that person. YouTubing is not easy, and we didn't know that then.
No.
We know it now, but we didn't know it then. But I grew up in a very spiritual and religious household, and I was always taught that do unto others as you have them do unto you, and be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatever I sow, I will also reap. So I felt guilty. So that was ingrained in me. But guys, have your entrepreneurial hat on, because you are going to if you don't have an income, you are going to have to come here and you are going to have to learn how to generate some type of income. It's best that you do it before you get here. However, if you're not able to, you have a little something to sustain you until you figure it out, that's fine too.
Now, I can say this. If you have income, finances, and you have a lot of outgo and not income, that outgo is, that money is going to shrink.
It goes fast. And even in Africa.
Yes, that is going to shrink. It's going to shrink quickly.
Yeah, it goes fast.
So you have to have some income. You just can't continue to pay out without anything else coming in.
I say Africa is like the Dollar Tree. You go into the Dollar Tree, you say, ooh, it's just $1. Ooh, and you're getting all this stuff. Then you get up to the counter and you can spend $60 in the Dollar Tree, So Africa is like that, your money can go fast. You have to
watch it because they give you the money and it's like monopoly money. And you're like, it's just $50.
Yeah.
But what you fail to realize is 50 is $1.
Yeah, it is.
And 100 is $2.
Yeah.
So some things in the store, be $3.50. And you be like, that's just $3.50. But then you start doing the math on everything you purchase.
Yeah.
Man, you can spend quite a bit of money in one grocery trip.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful.
Y'all, we're sorry. We keep getting off, and we're sorry that you can't comment. We're going to get this figured out.
The comment is really hurting my feelings.
Yeah, it's hurting us too. But you all are hanging with us, and we appreciate it. We got the thumbs up. Thank you, guys. We love you. We really do. Number 5.
Can you sustain yourself financially for the duration of your stay? It goes back to the statement I just made. You have to have some income. If you continue to pay out without bringing anything else in, it's not sustainable here in the motherland.
Yeah.
And I believe that's not just here. That would be anywhere.
Yeah.
So you have to either have something in place that you plan to implement that's going to bring income, or establish something there before you get here. That can sustain you while you're here.
Yeah. And I'm putting on my imaginary cap, thinking about, okay, since the people can't chat with us, what would they ask? And my thing, one of the things I think people would ask is, how much do you think we need? So I'm going to talk about that real quick. If you have a monthly income, like from Social Security, government, and it's a sure thing.
Military.
Yeah, it's a sure thing. I think no more than 5,000 to get you, if you have.
What do you mean per month? What do you?
To come here with, to establish yourself. Okay. To establish yourself, I think, you could get you a little place and pay for your rent. Now, if you're in that situation, if you're like on a $5,000, coming over here and you have Social Security or whatever, you need to get a furnished place,
Your connection is unstable. Please, we'll already try reconnecting. Are you kidding me?
Okay. So you need to try to find a furnished place, and if you're on a government income, but 5,000 would be enough for you to get you a place and get your bills set up, and then you have your monthly income coming.
And that's
okay.
And that won't be purchasing a car.
Yeah. Now, if you want to buy a car,
you're gonna need a little more than 5.
I would say bring 10.
Yes.
Okay.
But 5 will get you a place for a year. Get you, if it's a furnished place. If it's unfurnished, then you have to look at purchasing some things for your home: refrigerator, cooktop, some furniture, a bed, mosquito nets, things of that nature.
Oh, bring your mosquito net.
Yes.
Bring your mosquito nets and diffuser. We had a video, we had uploaded that, so we probably won't upload it, but bring your diffuser so you can diffuse stuff in the air, and your mosquito nets. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
I lost train of thought.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You were talking about, the personal things that you would need, with the
as far as setting up, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You have to buy dishes. You have to get you some pots and pans.
Unless it's furnished.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not furnished. Silverware, you have to have forks, spoons, knives, things of that nature. So, if it's an unfurnished place, you could run up there.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
You could spend, your entire 5,000 in 1 week as far as, your home, which right now, between 150, well, depends on how much of a home you're looking for. You can be from 150 to 300, 350,000 dollars for a year. You can do the math. But once you do that and try to get everything else established, your money can go pretty quick.
Yeah. So I really do think 5,000 if you don't plan on driving. If you plan on driving, 10,000. Now, if you do not have monthly income, a minimum of $10,000. Minimum.
Why you figure it out?
Yes. Yeah. A minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes. It goes fast because here in Africa you will make some mistakes. For instance, me and Amadi threw how much away? Like almost $400 away because we missed our flight in Senegal, so we had to book the flights again. So we lost $400. That was $400 that we could not recoup. So you definitely have to be careful there. But a minimum of 10,000. And if you're coming with that amount of money, I would say make certain you have some other stuff that is going to unfold very soon, okay? Because to come and get set up, and I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna run through that money pretty quickly, because when you get here,
run through it like Carl Lewis.
Yeah, when you get here, you're gonna have to have a hotel to stay in unless you have family or friends, So, Amadi and I were kind of picky. So we paid a little extra, about $55, $60 a night, which here is expensive,
That was for something very nice.
Yeah, here is expensive. I mean, you can pay more than that, but that is considered when, you don't have no income coming in, So, basically, you just, have to make certain that, whatever you have, whichever tier you fall into, that you're very careful on how you're spending, and that, that your money is going to last you, so you won't have to go back. No, nobody wants to have to go back. So, yeah.
I know I definitely don't want to go
Yeah, no, I don't. I want to see my grandbabies and my children and my parents and my siblings, but, I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
So.
All
Okay.
right. Is your health situation manageable in the country you wish to relocate to?
Yeah.
So, when it comes to your health, that needs to be a high priority. I wouldn't say come over here and forget about everything that you've been doing in the past, year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, whatever the case may be. However, there is healing in this land. If you come, it's the sun, it's the food you eat that doesn't have all the NGOs? GMOs in it. It's the water, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's the exercise that you're getting on a daily basis. You exercise when you don't even realize that you're getting your exercise.
Yeah.
You're walking to catch your 10-10, you're walking to the markets, you're walking to the store.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of exercise.
And we've been washing our clothes.
Yeah.
The lady that washed our
That's a whole
clothes.
nother ordeal
Yeah,
right there.
she's been down, so
Yeah.
we've been washing our
So,
clothes.
your health, like I said, there is healing in this land. I came over, like I said, I don't say stop doing whatever you're doing, but I came over, had a little touch of high blood pressure. I don't have it anymore. I take my blood pressure, and it's regular,
Yeah.
and that's without any medication at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but if insulin needs and medication needs and things of that nature, I would say definitely, especially if you have like dialysis needs and things of that nature, I would definitely check the healthcare facilities around the place you want to go to make sure they have those type of things available to you.
Yeah. And that's stuff you can, there's always a minister of health in Africa. So whatever country you go to, there's always a minister of health. And you can always reach out to the minister of health, and they can connect you with maybe a local doctor or nurse who can answer questions. I do have a condition that I was diagnosed with, but even in America, initially I treated it with the drugs, but my goal was to treat it naturally. And I eventually got off the drugs, and I went vegan, and I started treating myself naturally. And although I wasn't, I didn't heal myself completely, here, a lot of the things that I dealt with there, I don't deal with here. I'm doing a lot better here. I don't have, I can function so much better. Yeah. But, health is something to consider, because healthcare is not in Africa what it is, especially in Gambia. Now, I will say this. I think things, especially for melanated people in America, and I speak America, that's because that's what we know. But before we came to Africa, I was sick, and I thought that I possibly had contracted COVID. And so I went to the doctor and the emergency room because I wasn't breathing well. And when I got there, they wouldn't even let us come in. They had us drive through the drive-through, and I gave them my symptoms. And Yeah, I told him, I said, I want to get checked to make certain that I don't have COVID. And they wouldn't even let me come in the emergency room. They made us drive through. We went under in a parking garage. They swabbed my nose.
Picked your brain through the
and
window.
told me to go home until the test was completed. Yet I'm still having problems breathing. So I end up calling a local doctor in our neighborhood. It was like an overnight clinic. And I told her what was going on. And I told her that I had previously, earlier on in my life, had asthma, but I healed myself of asthma, but I just asked them to prescribe an asthma pump for me, and she did. So I shared that story to say healthcare in America isn't what it used to be. You know, I probably, if that would have happened here in Africa, I guarantee you I would have been seen. You know, so don't let the healthcare system stop you, but do your research. You know, because like I said, we hadn't had to see a doctor here, but we know people who have seen doctors, and you know they're not turned away; they're seen. You know, so healthcare is about to change in America, and you know. It's sad, but it's true. But reach out to the Ministry of Health wherever you are wanting to go and get your questions answered about your health care. Okay. And number 7, I kind of want to skip this, but I'm not, because it's really important, you know, because this is for the romantics out there. Okay. Are you able to handle rejection, challenges, and some jealousy? Yes, it's here. It's here.
Unfortunately.
It's here.
I don't care where you go. I believe you will find those issues.
Black folks, guys.
I've always said that, you know, when it comes to us,
yes,
I don't care if you have a job of licking envelopes. And everybody licking envelopes, you will have issues. It'll be, oh, this person licking an envelope from left to right instead of right to left. They going up and down instead of side to side. You know, there's always going to be issues when it's dealing with us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but we just have to do a better job of not let the small things get in the way.
Yeah.
You know, throughout life, we learn that issues come and go. You're always going to have issues with individuals, with your job, with your spouse, your significant other, but relationships are the only things that last.
Yeah.
Issues you have to let go. Issues come and go.
That's true.
Relationships are the only thing that's sustainable.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what you need to work toward on your relationships, because you know, yeah, there's going to be some jealousy. And there's going to be some anger, and there's going to be some, you know, some disagreements. Even sometimes you have to agree to disagree, you know, be adult and mature enough to say, you know what, maybe I didn't see it my way, but I walk away. I still have my opinion. That individual have their opinion on whatever we discuss, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to go up to them and bring it up every time you see them, trying to get them to see it your way. Let it go.
Yeah.
Move on.
And the thing I would like to add, we have to understand, yes, we are our ancestors returning. However, there's a culture here. And some of the challenges and the bumping of the heads we see is Americans are people coming in and not wanting to conform or respect what's in place. And before I even continue there, the reason why we felt like this was a question you should ask yourself is for the romantics. I am guilty. I had this romantic, you know, situation going on, you know, about being reconnected. And I started reading a book my cousin had recommended it's called, I think, Leaving Your Mother. And I was like, I just didn't want any negativity in my head. I wanted my African experience to be my experience. But I decided to order the book and I read it. And it was a lady telling her truth of how Africans ripped us off, how they ripped us off and they laughed about it. And I stopped reading it because even if it was true, I wanted my own experience.
I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah. So when we got here, there were moments we got ripped off, but we also have a landlord who basically gave us a fair, rent
More than fair.
and told us we were supposed to pay $10,000, 10,000 more. And the agent said, no, you're paying this amount because you're family. So my thing is this, yes, there are some not so nice people that are going to try to rip you off, and they probably will laugh about it while you're smiling and saying, Jitty Jim, Abadakabake. You saying thank you, and they know they just, but they have to answer for that, but, you have to understand that there are people that see us as the ones who escaped, oh yeah, your ancestors were shipped, but you weren't beat, you weren't, some of them see us as lucky. And then they walk up to us and want our surname, and we have to give them a slave name. And when we tell them we have a slave name, I had one lady, her countenance just dropped. And she said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, that you have. And she gave me her name. It was Jola. I don't remember the name, but she said, from this day forward, your surname is, she told me, and it was Jola. I talk with my hands.
Yeah, now she dubbed you.
Yeah.
Like a knight.
Yeah, she gave me her Jola name. So a lot of the jealousy is because of misunderstanding. People think that, we have, we just have it real good over there in America because of what they see on television. So that some of them, may have a little jealousy, but when we open our mouths, and that lady had no idea I didn't have a surname. She knew I was from America, but she didn't realize that I had a slave name. And it hurt her. So I think when we start opening our mouth and talking to each other and not being angry about it, I just told her, I said, my surname is a slave name. It's not my name. And she gave me her name. So, yes, there will be jealousy. There will be rejection. Up until probably a week ago, we weren't ever called Tubob. Well, we were called Tubob for the first time from little kids, I think it happened twice.
I get my belt.
Yeah, yeah. And we're like, no, we're not Tubobs, Our great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather walked these streets, this land.
These woods.
And had land here, so no, we're not Tubobs. We're strangers, but we're trying to come back and get to know our cousins. So basically, don't come over here with this romantic, I remember these YouTubers, I think they're back in America. Oh, they were so negative because they had a romantic, ideal.
Yeah.
And their YouTube channel was very, very negative. They offended a lot of the locals and some of the, diasporans, because they didn't prepare themselves mentally for what they were going to deal with. Africa is not a romance.
No.
Will you have a little romance? Yes, but it is not a romance. It's a marriage. It's the good,
the bad,
and the ugly. Yeah. So I think that's enough from me for
Yes.
rejection.
Yes.
And
Move
okay.
on.
You want to read that?
What kind of future can you and your descendants have in the country that you choose? Well, that's all about establishing a foundation for yourself and your family. That's why we're here. You know, we want to lay a foundation that can sustain our family for not just this generation, but generations to come. I want our bloodline to, 100 years from now, this land is all they know. They don't know U.S. They don't know all that crap that goes on over there.
They don't know lynchings.
Yes.
And hanging.
Exactly. Places, you have to drive through in the daytime, not stop at night, things of that nature. I want my bloodline to know the motherland, to know Africa as their home, for generations to come. So it's all about establishing a foundation. And that's our goal. That's why we're here. No one said it would be easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. I'm willing to sacrifice and put the time and the effort in to try to get it done.
Yeah.
Well, to get it done, not try to get it done.
Yeah. Yeah. And the things that you should ask yourself specifically to determine what type of future you can establish in the country.
Was that the question?
In the country
sorry.
that you choose is safety. How safe is the country?
Mm-hmm.
We were very pleased with everything that we had read and researched about Gambia. Gambia is safe. The thing that you have to be concerned about Gambia is theft. And we've seen two Americans and one UK within probably the last maybe 4 or 5 months that's been ripped off. And it's sad. I know it happens in America, but it's different when you're in a foreign country and somebody comes and take your stuff. It's this is a predominantly Muslim country, which is, I think it's like 90-something%. And if you're not Muslim, some Muslims see you as infidels. They see you, so there are some that, they don't see that what they do is wrong because you're an infidel. And that's unfortunate because we're brothers before any religion. I got to say this. Abraham was the God. I mean, he was the servant of the Most High. I don't think he was Christian. I mean, that, I don't think that was in our vocabulary, his vocabulary. I don't think he was Muslim. He just kept the laws and the ways of God.
Kept the laws.
Yeah, so why can't we be brothers and follow the ways of our forefathers? Why do we have to? Abraham, I've read the stories of Abraham, and Abraham was a just man. He didn't mistreat people just because they didn't fall under the same umbrella of religion. Study Father Abraham, and that's who we're supposed to be. He was the progenitor of the Ishmael, which many of the Muslims fall under Ishmael, and Israel, the children. So that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be, living according to how our progenitor, our forefather, how he honored his God. And we didn't see him robbing or taking, so we have to be brothers first and don't let, some of these ideologies separate us. But safety, guys, if you're going to be distraught, I mean, you're going to have to protect yourself, your things here. We were talking to a lady today. We were talking about, putting up a gate. And she's like, no, I've been traveling Gambia all these years and we didn't have to use these gates. Well, this is a different time. And people are bringing their children, people want to feel safe. We don't want to come here and be ripped off. We work hard for our things too. Some people say, well, it's hard here. Guys, there's ocean, lakes, rivers. There's plenty of food to eat around here. I don't see too many people starving. There's no reason to rip people off.
There are trees
that
provide
yes.
fruit. And I'm not talking about in people's compounds. I'm talking about all
yeah.
over the place. So
fertile ground.
Fertile grounds. And actually here, if there's fertile ground, it doesn't have to be your land for you to go and plant.
That's right.
Veggies on.
You get permission.
And the owner won't even mess with you.
No.
If they're not building on it at the time, go ahead and plant your little tomatoes and your cabbage.
You have to get permission. Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be your land.
Yeah.
So if you need to plant something to sustain yourself, find you a plot, get permission to just grow.
Yeah.
You don't have to be hungry. You don't have to go through because, and I'm going to say this, there's a lot of us coming over. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the United States in Gambia.
Oh yeah.
I left there for a reason.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see the behaviors of individuals mimic those that are there.
Yeah.
But I hate to see the day when someone tries to break into someone's home and they get caught.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not good. It's a different thing. Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah. That's
to
scary.
To this point, it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
But, the law of averages, eventually, it's going to happen.
Let's hope not.
That's the law of averages. It's not my math.
Let's hope not. But yeah, safety is a big thing. So, be prepared, and do your research. You don't want to go in places that are very comfortable with coups. Coups are always happening, government being overthrown. I think Gambia has only had one coup. Senegal, I don't think has ever had a coup. So, that's something to consider. Another thing in regards to a future, setting up a future for you and your descendants is land rights. What are your rights in land ownership? So right now, we're not too happy about the laws regarding land here in Gambia. However, there's an organization here, I think, Code. I know they have put in a lot of footwork or leg work in getting some items on the agenda to consider diasporans coming back. So for that reason, and we've heard some Gambians say that it's going to happen and that they are, working on it. So basically, that's something you need to really look into and understand. The only African country that I've heard where you can own land just outright is Rwanda. You have to do a little more research on that, but I think Rwanda. And again, and additionally, outside of land, citizenship. You need to make certain if citizenship is important to you, which it should, well, I say it should be, you need to know if they're going to allow dual citizenship. I had a conversation with the gentleman maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he wanted to know, would you give up your U.S. citizenship? And I told him, no, I don't want to go back to America, but I started working at age 16 in America. And one of the things that they take out of your check, even at age 16, is Social Security, Medicare, and all of that stuff. And when I'm 65, 67, I think they moved it up to 67.
They keep moving the finish line.
Yeah, that's my money.
Yeah.
And if I give up my citizenship, I don't get that money that I put in. I worked until I was 49. Okay, so I worked from 16 to 49, and I paid in.
Good
Yeah, I paid in. So that's my money. So I'm not giving up
That's my money.
what's rightfully mine. So
That's my money.
yeah, I'm not giving up. So those are things that you really should really consider the country that you're going to. Safety, land rights, and citizenship. Did I leave anything out?
That's 3 good points.
Okay. You want to read number 9?
Can your
Children/dependents.
needs be met in your country of choice?
Yeah.
Can your children or dependents' needs be met? Absolutely. Again, it's a mindset. You have to,
I think they have to ask themselves this question.
I'm about to answer for myself. So you ask yourself that question, because in my mind, I'm saying yes.
Yeah. So basically, our grandchildren are homeschooled.
Mhm.
So, definitely, if you homeschool, there shouldn't be any reason why you can't homeschool here. You just have to factor in the time difference, if there's any live videos or live sessions, required, and of course, internet, and also, we followed some YouTubers a while ago. They're not as active anymore, but they had a child that was autistic. And I think they had to go back to America because where they were, their needs could not be met. And I know that was a painful decision, to have to choose, but they chose what their child needed.
Now,
So
I can't say curriculum wise, even though the child may be homeschooled, here in Africa, children learn 3, 4, 5 different languages.
yeah, they do.
That's not happening in the States. You may start getting you some Spanish when you get
And maybe French.
middle school, high school, whatever the case may be. But here, children 6, 7 years old, they're learning multiple languages, and that's not taking place in the States.
Yeah. And I don't know much about Senegal, but I have heard that there's a lot of phenomenal scholars that have come out of Senegal, and I've heard that their curriculum is like very above par, far exceeding many of America's public school curriculum.
Yeah.
So I don't know that you have to look into that yourself, but that's what I've heard. But so definitely, if you have a special needs child, you definitely want to make certain that things are there for that child, and also their education, but from what I've heard here in the Gambia, most of the people either put their children in private school or homeschool, but homeschool. So that's something to consider. We're almost down to the last 2. Number 10, is the country safe and is the government reliable?
That's kind of redundant, right?
Well, no, because it's the second one. Is the government reliable? Okay. The reason why I think that that needs to be addressed is, especially with these vaccinations. One of the things that I say is pay attention how the leaders are reacting. Are they in the bed with the West? Are they repeating what the West are saying? Or are they, maybe listening, but still, maintaining what's good for Africa? Africa has herbs that we can't pronounce and are yet to be discovered. I have nothing against this president. I need to do a little more research because I really don't know much about the president here. I really don't. I can't say. I don't know what his views are. So I cannot go on record and say anything good or bad, nor would I.
We wouldn't go on record anyway.
Yeah, we wouldn't. We would not do that. We have high respect for office. But one leader that does stand out is Magufuli in Tanzania. He basically, he didn't ignore the COVID situation. He actually had fictitious testing. He had a pawpaw tested, he had a goat tested, and 2 other things tested, but he put people's names on it and their ages as if there were people. He sent it in, and the pawpaw came up positive for corona. Okay, and so he started thinking, okay, it's something's not right. So he tested it before he let his people fall, or before he led his people into, this situation. And many people look at him as being a renegade.
They will, it's the media trying to control and spin. Okay, so now they want to write him off as, he crazy.
Yeah, and that he's defiant. But yet, if you look at his policies, Tanzania is really growing. They've taken control of their gold mines. They to where the people, a certain amount of the people in Tanzania, they own the gold mines, and it's only a percentage that where they allow outsiders. So, you want to make certain that you are somewhat familiar with the government. All we knew about us here is the coup that had occurred, but we were originally going to Senegal because we did research. I did. Amadi was trusting me, but I did research on Senegal because I was like, okay, there's no coups. Let's try Senegal. And when Senegal didn't work because the land was just too expensive, we liked Senegal, we just couldn't afford Senegal. So we said, well, let's just go next door so that if anything ever popped off, we just go on over to Senegal. So that's why we didn't really do too much research into Gambia, except we did not hear about the coups. But, we like it here. We don't see any issues, but we don't get into politics here, No. But that is something very important that you need to. We know that things are going on in Congo and different places, and we know who's paying that. Is behind all of that. But when I know Sudan had some issues, and like I said, we know who hands are at this behind it, but we still need to be aware of what's going on in the government. Is the government backing the people, or are they selling out,
Correct.
to the French and to the, so those are things, those are things that you just kind of, especially if you're trying to establish a legacy and take your family over, those are things that are very important.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, and the last one. You want to read it?
No, go ahead.
Are you ready for an adventure of a lifetime? Guys, it is an adventure. Every other day is going to bring a new challenge. If you are a person who do not like adventure, do not like challenges, do not like change, do not like being put outside of your comfort zone, then you might have to rethink Africa. You might just need to go try to find somewhere in America to start Black Wall Street again.
So actually, if you're flexible, if because being outside of your comfort zone, if you're not used to that, you may be up for a challenge, because it will test you. And it will stretch you, So if you have it in you to change, I would say, come visit.
Yeah, definitely.
See if the shoe fits, and if it does, then you start putting the steps in place to, to make that move. But if you come and you're trying to shove that size 11 inside a size 8,
It's gonna be painful.
It's gonna be woo them, got them coins.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work out well for you.
Yeah.
You know, but if it's a good fit, then hey, find your place.
Yeah.
It may not be Gambia, it may not be Senegal, it may not be Ghana, you know, it may not be
Africa. It may be a Caribbean,
Exactly.
a Caribbean island.
Exactly. But I believe that any place outside of what's going on there, you know, for as far as your future, I think you'll be better off.
I think we need to get out of America. I do.
Well, I want to say it without saying it.
Yeah. And UK, you know, I just really do.
Yeah.
I think, you know, we have to find our place. And, you know, we appeal to our African brothers and sisters to, you know, receive us as you would your ancestor. And also understand that many of us are coming over wounded.
And they made it very apparent that there is not our place.
Yeah.
When it comes to the long history of the racial tensions, discrimination, the redlining, the jail system,
The killings.
Yes, the killings,
Murders.
voting. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
Everything that people have died and fought for. You know, we fought for things that I think would have been better off would have just been here.
Yeah.
You know, they fought for, you know, desegregation. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
You know, to me, I think that's one thing that really set us back, that really hurt us. You know, mingling and joining in, you know, sometimes separate is better.
Yeah, we were stronger.
Yes.
We were stronger back then. We had stronger communities. We built Black Wall Street.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. But, you know, we fought for those things and it made us weaker.
Yeah, it did.
As a people.
It did.
So, you know, everything is not good, you know, like in dominoes, all money, not good money. You know, some things you need to leave on the table.
Yeah.
You know, and not chase after. And I think that's where Africa comes into play.
Yeah.
You know, you can come here, free your mind, establish a foundation for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's right. Now I want to share a quick story, and then we're going to let you all go because it's getting kind of late. But I asked, are you ready for an adventure? I remember one day after we got here, this guy invited us to come and see his place. He had some land. And he said, I'll send a driver, you know, you don't have to worry about anything. I'll send a driver to come and get you all. So we were at the hotel. So we got dressed, you know, we were ready. The driver came and got us. And up until this point, every part of Africa we saw were, you know, roads, houses, whatever. But he started driving us into the bush. Guys, I was like, and the taxi was kind of raggedy. You know, it wasn't a nice taxi. It was kind of raggedy. And we were going down this road, and there's bushes over here and bush over here and dirt road, and you're going, and, you know, the wheels were spinning from the, you know, sand, and the car was making noises, and I'm like, is the car going to make it? And then I started thinking, are we going to get stuck out here? If we get stuck out here, it was starting to get dark. I'm like, what's going to happen? We can't walk. We're, you know, and it was then I'm like, we're in Africa, you know?
That's right. Not in Kansas anymore.
That's right. It was an adventure. Now, when I was younger, I was probably, oh, yeah. But listen, you know, we made it fine. We went to the gentleman's place, beautiful place. He had every fruit tree you could think of, and just a beautiful oasis out in the bush. And, you know, after we met with him, you know, Amadi and him had some tea, and we talked, and he showed us around. It's a beautiful meeting. And then, you know, we left, and they took us back to our hotel. But, you know, be ready to go on some literal adventures, some things that's going to take you outside of your comfort zone.
We've yet to go out into a lot of the far-reaching villages.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know,
we're ready to do that.
Yeah, so our adventure is just beginning.
Yeah.
We met a guy this past weekend. He was going out to a couple of villages, and it was overnight trips. So, yeah.
Who is that?
Michael.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, we're looking forward to doing that, but Africa is beautiful. But those are real questions that you need to ask yourself. I hope you took some good notes. Guys, again, we apologize that you were unable to talk to us. We're going to figure this out. But
I'm about to start making some chats with some YouTube personnel to see what the heck is going on.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe we didn't click a button, but we didn't have to last time.
No.
So
Last time it just cut off.
yeah, last time it just cut on. So we really don't know what happened, and we don't know how to go back and figure it out. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. You all have hung with us for an hour and 35
Thank
minutes.
you so much.
We appreciate love you all.
Mhm.
For the ones who see value, we do ask you to go over to Patreon and join. If you don't join Patreon, that's fine too. Watch the ads and
Just continue to follow our journey.
just continue to follow our journey, and we will continue to bring you valuable nuggets. And if you have any questions from this live, please send us an email at ourjourneytowardseden@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much. We love you. Good night.
See you next Taco Tuesday. Next time we'll be running right.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, y'all.